you for joining me for another card comparison video. Today we're looking at two Marseille tarot decks. The one on the left is really quite a treat. The Tarot de Marseille par Polka is a deck that I've wanted for, it's been on the top of my wish list for quite some time now. So I finally decided to pull the plug. The only way I've been able to find this is actually on eBay, direct from the creator of the deck, or Amazon France has it, but I've never seen it pop up anywhere else to be able to ship over here where I'm at in Canada. And here, this is the Cbd Tarot redone by Yoav Bandov. And yeah, so the reason why I'm showing these side by side is because the Cbd is a very traditional deck. So this is, you know, the Nicholas Conver deck, originally, yeah, from, says it all here on the card, originally from 1760 and was restored and adapted by Yoav Bandov in 2010. But the reason why I'm picking this one is because I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of a Marseille deck, a standard, traditional, lovely Marseille pack, versus what we see here on the left. So I'm not really, I mean, this box is pretty banged up, but here, yeah, so this box as well, it's just a standard little tuck box, and it has the name on the side. There we go. Yeah, nothing too particularly fancy. And the little guidebook that it comes with, I'm just going to show for the par Polka deck. One half of it is in English, and the other half of it is in French. So that's nice that there's a little bit there. It talks about a couple of spreads, it talks about a couple of meanings for each of the cards. Some of them are pretty hilarious. We can talk about that a little bit later, but no substantial book for this, just the little white book. So without any further ado, I'm going to get started on this. The deck thickness, I guess I'll show at the end, or maybe I can do that now. That's just the blank card. So another reason why I wanted to compare these two is because they're very similar in size. So they're both kind of the long skinny decks, and you can kind of get a sense of just how much thicker the cardstock is on the Cbd Tarot versus the par Polka deck. But that being said, this is really lovely cardstock as well. A little on the thinner side, I would say, but it's definitely still durable. Riffle shuffles really well. I've only had this deck for about 36 hours now, and I opened it last night, did a few readings, and for many reasons I was blown away. But let's get started. I'm not going to talk through this, so if you just want to see a flip through comparison, keep watching, and then I'll pop back in at the end with some of my thoughts. also going to be, from here on out, a talk and a bit of a discussion on the Purple card deck. I don't have a whole lot to say about this guy. Beautiful, lovely. You can see how much it's been used. The box is completely falling apart. Anyways, so where I think this deck shines. I think the Major Arcana is stunning. I think the Suit of Cups is incredible. I really like, sorry, let me zoom this out a little bit. So we're back, okay. Yeah, so the Suit of Cups here, as you can see, apart from really the 10, was very traditional to the standard Marseille style, right? Like we have the same symmetry, we have, the little bit of embellishments to work with, and I really love how in this deck they've chosen a color palette as the background for each. So, we have the burgundy purple here in the cups, and then we've got the swords are green, we had the coins are blue, and the wands were the red. Here, yeah, there we go. So, I really think they nailed it, in my opinion, in terms of readability, deck over deck for being a Marseille reader. The coins, Suit of Coins and the Suit of Cups, fabulous. Very, very easy to translate, just a little bit of something else. What I find a little bit challenging, and imagine it kind of came out quite clearly, is the swords. So, can we just talk about her though? She's the reason I bought this deck. I usually, everybody has a few different cards that they'll look at in a deck before they buy it. Queen of Swords is always one for me, and the fact that her head is cut off, fabulous. Okay, while we're here, just for a quick second, let me just tell you what it says in the book here on the Queen of Swords. And in relation, okay, here, I'll tell you what it says about the King of Swords. So here he says, the King of Swords, a meticulous man who weighs his decision. On its own represents repression, police, justice, the law. And then it says with X. It's an interesting little guidebook, but it shows you how the different cards can relate. So it's in this particular deck, it says the swords are influenced by the Wheel of Fortune. So it says with the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes a protector, but mostly harmful, especially if the consultant is a man. Then, when we says with the Queen of Swords, it says authoritative woman, morbidly obsessed by other people's opinions. On her own, poisons the life of people surrounding her. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, things get better if the consultant goes away on a journey. Anyway, had to dive into those two because I did a quick little flip through the guidebook there, just reading some of the cards. So anyways, but what I wanted to talk about is the Suit of Swords. How, of course, we don't actually have all of the swords being represented in all of the minors here, and all the pip cards. We got the 1, we've got 2, 3, we're back to 1 sword. 4, we've got 4 swords, excellent. 5, we're back to 1 sword again. So there's our 3 and our 5. Then we have 6, which is back to 2. Where is my 2? Here's how I wanted to show this, because it... There we go. Let's just move everything out of the way here. So, yeah, as you can see here, this is 3, and this is 5, this is 2, and this is 4. So, if you're very used to just looking at an image and being able to see the number of the suit that you're working with, which is a big part of working with a pip deck, you got to look twice at this one. And the little numbers are there, so you absolutely can just take a peek over at the number, but it's not as immediately obvious. And then so here we have 7, took a bit of a turn. And then we have 10, which is almost kind of Rider Waity, with the stabbing into the... I've been calling this thing an umbilical cord, because honestly, it just really looks like that. Especially in our extra card here, but I digress. So then we have here, this is card 9 and card 8. So if I move all these out of the way, where we all sort of just have a single sword, which, I don't know. I'll have to just work with this a little bit. Like I said, this is a very new deck, but here we have 1, 3, 5. This is 9. Oops, sorry, let me put these in the order. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and 9. So, that would just take a little bit of getting used to. You can absolutely work with the number there. And of course, there's enough going on in these cards that they don't all look exactly the same. They've got the beautiful embellishments, and it's just, I think it's really neat. It's very different. What I'm looking for at this point in my tarot collection, which I've probably said on other videos, is I don't want clone decks of each other. I'm not looking for things to completely repeat. So this one definitely has a little bit extra going on. So that's the Suit of Swords. Now let's pop back over to the batons or clubs or wands or whatever one wants to call them. So this is also an interesting suit. Where are my wands? Here we go. Okay, so 1, looking nice and traditional. 2, that's cool, you know, I like that we've got the 2 hands that we can work with there. That's very neat. 3, and then 4. Interesting again, because we've got the 1 hand. The hand is bleeding. Lots of bloody things in this deck. I even thought that was kind of funny with the Page of Wands there, how his his wand is bleeding from or his baton is bleeding. But then, okay, so this is where things get interesting. 5 is fantastic. I really like that with all the stabbed heads there. Then here we have 6, which is interesting how we've got them all coming together at the end. 7, where we kind of just sort of have 1 with some spirally bits. Like, you know, it just that immediate recall, if this is a deck you're just picking up and reading with, I would see that and I would probably start proceeding with an Ace of Wands sort of a style. But, you know. Anyway, let's keep going. So then here we have 7. Oh no, that one was 7. 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least they're all the different little arms, and that makes some sense there. Here is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 being the 9th little nub. So that's, you know, interesting looking at from the 8 to 9. And then 10, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I counting that wrong? Ah, this one splits into 2. How precious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay, because I did not, I hadn't counted that before. Anyways, so you can see the suit of wands. So I guess our if you're going with the traditional sense that the wands and the swords are masculine suits, they are done not as a complete kind of mirror image that we see so much of the regular Marseille style, as you saw with the cups and the coins. I won't go through that again because it's already all in the video. Other things that were kind of interesting to note on this one, we have our Page of Cups sitting here as his head is in a cup. I'll put those hair on there or something. Nope, it's got a little line. So what does he have to say? Let me just read this one out of the little book. Because these little book is a bit of an entertaining ride. So let me see what he has to say. Queens, so that is our Knave of Cups. Knave of Cups. Yes. Okay. So it says a passionate and fickle young girl on its own, breaking away of the beloved sentimental mistake. Interesting. And then so it's paired with 15 in this deck. So the Devil card, and it's also saying cups. So cups are influenced by the devil and the world, according to this deck. This is not a system I've heard of before, but I'm curious to see what the little book has to say. So yes, so she says, paired with the devil, curbs base instincts and checks hitherto uncontrollable impulses. So then with the world, it says more security, more freedom. Anyway, cute, funny little book. They were very nice to the cup court. Other than that, because I mean, you have our Queen of Swords where we showed before. She's got her head chopped off. She's beautiful. I mean, the king, they were nice to, in a sense, to these 2 kings, but our poor King of Wands. I mean, this is so fabulous. I love the heck out of this. And then this is interesting as well. So here we have our Knight of Swords, but then look at the Knight of Cups. I think that will make some people happy, because I know some people in the tarot community that just don't really like the Knight of Cups in general. But here he is, knocked off his horse and looking a little scared. It's quite interesting. This deck is really quite something. And then here we have our, oh, can we talk about as well this one? the Page or the Knave of Coins, sitting there puking up money. I mean, I love this deck. This is absolutely everything I was looking for in terms of a deck that's not a repeat, that has got something else going on. I really do tend to gravitate towards decks that are considered, quote, creepy or dark or disturbing or whatever. And I mean, everybody in the major looks either angry or terrified or passed away or struggling or, you know, cool, creepy. I love him. I mean, they've just, like, look at his poor face. I don't know. I love the heck out of this deck. I think it's really got something special to offer. Like I said, I did a couple of readings with it last night. Absolutely blew my mind in many different ways. Oh, and I didn't show the back. Sorry about that. Here we are. So the back is not fully reversible because we've got these little skulls here with the little umbilical cord situation kind of going out. So it's not completely, you know, see, it's not bad if you were shoveling in reversals, but the back itself is not completely reversible, like the CBD deck is. And then the card comparison size as well. I think they are like bang on. Ooh, okay, let me get, oh, they've all got white borders. I can show how, okay, so the Parpolka deck is just a little bit wider. So very similar card size. Yeah, anyway, so this is this beautiful deck. I wanted to do this as my October card comparison video because, of course, this is just dark and disturbing and all the rest. I love it. It's a great deck. Like I said, I've only had it just for a very little bit of time. So this is more of a initial impressions kind of a video than a full-on review. But you got to take a look at the artwork. Let me know if you've seen this deck before. If you have it, would you buy it? What do you think of the interesting way they put together the suit of swords and batons? Love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, so I think that's all I have to say about this deck. I love it. It's great. We can put a link down below to the eBay shop where the creator is selling it if you're looking at picking up a deck. But other than that, thanks for watching, and we will catch you again next time.
Thank you for engaging with us. Please like, subscribe and share. To book a personal, in-depth reading and to learn more about our incredible courses in tarot and astrology, please visit our website www.thepomegranate.grove.com.